What's going on? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm your host, Gran Jefe. Get ready for another episode of Unpopular Opinion. I'm joined as always by my co-host, OG Raw. How you doing today, bro?
Hey, it's a good morning, bro. Good morning. I can't complain. The sun is shining in the rainy state of Washington. So it's going to be a great day. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing all right, man. It's bright. It's sunny out here in El Paso. Son had a, therapy appointment this morning. That's why we pushed the show back. Y'all gonna listen anyway since y'all rock with us, so it don't even matter. We just want to appreciate. Go ahead.
And we appreciate y'all. We appreciate
y'all for leaving them ratings. Y'all are running it up. Continue to do so. Leave me a rating. This is your first time here. Subscribe to the podcast, man. We just two dudes out here hustling, just trying to get it going. But we thank you for all the love and support. Have you listen to the podcast, whether that's Google Play, Apple iTunes, YouTube, Spreaker site, Breaker, however you listen to it. We want to appreciate you. We got a good show coming up for you guys today, man. We're going to jump right off into it, man. Your boy James Harden has been out here. Hey, James Harden been out here wrecking stuff.
But I tell you what, that MVP race is not a lock for anyone right now.
You don't think so?
If you look.
Okay.
No. I mean, James Harden's running it up, right? Yeah, he just broke Tracy McGrady's scoring record, who was a fellow Rocket as well.
Broke Kobe's the other day for most.
Broke Kobe's. So, and Kobe was at the T-Max. So, and I'm talking about 15 straight games of 30-plus points.
Yeah, he's lighting it up, bro. He's lighting it up now.
He's lighting it up. But if you look at his shooting, Harden, he puts up a lot of shots now. He don't make a lot, but he puts up a lot of shots. Most of his points are coming from the free throw line. Is that a takeaway from this MVP? I don't see it as a takeaway, but I do see other players like Giannis, Steph Curry, players that are actually scoring actual buckets, and not just
not the actual buckets.
The actual buckets. I'm talking about not going to that free throw line where free throws, that should be a gimme to an NBA player. It should be, right? Unless you're
especially
the Lakers,
a guard.
then
it's probably not
if
you're the Lakers. That's probably the hardest thing you ever done in your life.
For real, go to that free throw line.
Like, God,
and I hate that it has to be that way.
I don't want to go to that free throw line.
And if we're looking at Harden's stats, he's averaging 33.9 points, 8.6 assists, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals. And I really like his numbers again, but him going to that free throw line, it's not an actual bucket for me. It wins the game, but it's not an actual bucket. Unlike Giannis, my man is averaging 26.6 points, 12.8 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.5 blocks, and 1.3 steals. Hey, that to me, and what he's doing with that Bucks team, he has elevated them into that, that number one team in the East. So I really like what Giannis is doing out there, man. So if I were to pick an MVP today, I would give it to Giannis all day.
Well,
I really like the way he's doing.
Well, I'm right there with you on the Harden point. Listen, I think we kind of hint on this the other day, but we didn't really go to. No, we were supposed to, but we left it off the show. Sorry, that's why we bring it to you today, and it makes it even better that Harden really don't even let us give up on him because he's like, oh, you forgot to talk about me yesterday. How about I'm gonna do it again? So you really have something to talk about. And I'm with you on the point that he doesn't wow me because of he shoots a lot of free throws. Like the other night when he had like 50, he had just as many free throw makes, not even attempts, free throw makes than he had field goal makes. So
go ahead. To me, that is not like MVP caliber ball. I get it. You can get to the free throw line. No one cares. It's not pretty. It's not something sexy, especially when my Lakers can't.
But it ain't even like, bro. It ain't even like he's actually getting fouled half the time. It ain't like he's like making them. It ain't like he's going to the free throw line because he's making people foul him like a Shaq was. Imagine if Shaq would have hit all his free. Imagine if LeBron was an 80% free throw shooter, just an 80. Imagine how many points he would average.
LeBron would have had 40,000 points already. If he.
I mean, now that's his fault that he can't make them. So let's not make an excuse for him. But I just can't get excited when you're making 17 and 21 free throws in a game. I can't be excited for that.
And then, Giannis, he took that Bucks team down into, Houston, and he beat the Rockets. So, hey, that's a one-upper. He beat James Harden on his home
My
court.
MVP of the season.
I'm going to have to give it to
my MVP, I like Giannis. I like Giannis because Giannis, I mean, listen, he's playing out of his mind, and you can't disagree with the numbers, although I think Giannis is overrated. Just me personally, I think and I put this on Facebook.
Come on.
No, and I'm being honest with you.
That.
I put this on Facebook about 3 weeks ago. And I said Giannis is overrated because all he does is he has no dribble moves, none. He can't shoot, and all he does is he's 6'11", whatever he is, with that wingspan, and he just takes 2 big steps and get in the lane. To me, and I get it. You still have to stop it, So I mean, cry me a river for whoever can't stop it, I guess. But just for me, I think he's overrated. I will go Kawhi Leonard right now if I had my particular pick at it. Me personally, I would go Kawhi Leonard. Look what he's done to that Rockets team. Now, although it's a little bit jaded because if I'm not mistaken, was the Rockets the number 1 seed last year as well, if I'm not mistaken. And the Raptors. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
the Raptors. The Raptors was the number 1 seed last year. So, I mean, I guess he's getting them right where they was at last year with DeMar DeRozan. But, I mean, this guy's averaging 28 points per game on 50% shooting.
Yeah.
Shooting 85% from the line, 84.6%. And he plays defense. So, I mean, we're really splitting hairs here. It could go to either one of them guys. Go ahead.
If I got Kawhi at number 3 in this race, I really like what Kawhi is doing, but not to take away from this Raptors team. They've been good. They just couldn't get past LeBron, you know. So they've always been.
That's been the kryptonite. That's why they blew that team.
So the number 2 seed for years. So Kawhi going to the Raptors and making this impact. This is what I expected. He's playing ball. This is what we expect from Kawhi, and I really have him at number 3 right now. I want to put him at number 4 because Steph Curry. We can't forget about Steph Curry.
People are overlooking what Steph Curry is doing, but all Steph Curry is doing is balling out, bro. That's all he's doing. That's all he's doing is balling out, and that's all he. But for me, that's what he does in the regular season. Steph is averaging 30, slightly under 30, 29.5. We always round up 30 points per game on 49% shooting, and this guy is shooting. Get this, man, because this is incredible. 92% from the free throw line. 92%,
man. And you talking about a pure 3-point shooter?
A pure shooter.
He's a pure shooter.
And I mean, can't overlook what Kevin Durant is doing. I mean, look at what Clay's been doing over the last week and a half.
And some would say Jokic is in this race as well. Jokic from the Denver Nuggets. The way he's propelled that team into that number 1 spot. So
guess who else is having a good year, man? Anthony Davis at 29.4 points per game on 51% shooting, 81% from the line, averaging 13 rebounds. I mean, there's so many people playing high level basketball right now. It's insane, man.
If I were to go down there, I got Paul George, Joel Embiid, LeBron James, Kevin Durant. Even though LeBron isn't playing,
insert name here.
DeMar DeRozan,
everybody is balling.
Dame Lillard, Victor Oladipo,
Luka Doncic,
Lou Williams.
Hey,
Luka Doncic.
This year, this is going to be a great year in sports, man. How can you not love sports?
Yeah, it's going to be crazy, man. And I'm talking about, we got a guy like Jokic. No one expected Jokic to be the MVP.
Hey, you heard what Nurse
at this point?
Hey, you heard what Nurse said about Iman Shumpert?
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, so the other day, I think it was last night. It might have been the night before, but I believe it was last night. The Kings played the Portland Trailblazers. Well, Shumpert thought Nurses hit him with a illegal screen. You know, he caught him kind of up high with his shoulder, and Shumpert didn't like it. And you know, they kind of got into it in the game. And after the game, Shumpert went to the Portland Trail Blazers locker room. He said he just wanted to have a talk, bro. So Nurkic said, "Why should I worry about a guy that's about to retire?"
Oh man,
he didn't hit him.
That disrespect,
hey, bro. The disrespect, bro. He say, "Yeah, why would I worry about a guy that's finna retire? Ain't he's about to retire? Come on, bro."
Hey, Shumpert gonna have to show him what the man's talking about.
Hey,
he gonna have to give him that 2-piece suit.
Hey, ain't he though?
That's what it is. Hey, he gonna have to give it to him.
He done shout out on my man, bro. Shumpert only 28 years old, and he's talking about he finna retire. Ain't that something, man?
Yeah,
they gonna see each other
4 times a year.
They gonna see him again.
They gonna see each other again.
Shump say he just wanted to talk to the guy man to man. It wasn't really no thing. You know how the media blow it up. But
yeah, the media blow it up.
The way the media run it down,
I would blow it up too, though.
They was like he tried to get into the Portland Trail Blazers locker room, and I can't fault him, bro, because you got to feed your family. You write whatever story that you want to write, cool, whatever, man. But
yeah,
Nurse just said, man, my boy finna retire, and he only 28. That's tough, bro.
That's funny. That disrespect,
bro. That's tough, man.
Hey,
Dave. He said my man finna retire.
That's like a compliment without giving a compliment.
Yeah,
but,
bro.
You know, it's just some disrespectful
It's disrespectful.
Stuff.
I'm interested to see how Shump is gonna respond, because obviously if he went over there to the locker room, we already know he at least somewhat about that. But we're gonna switch gears. We're gonna hit it to the NFL, man. We're not gonna make our picks. We're gonna do that on Friday. Make sure you guys stay tuned on Friday. The interview with Michael Buckheister, host of the Just for Clicks and Mornings with Mike podcast. But we're going to hold our game picks and scores for Friday. But I just want to talk some playoffs real quick. You know, it's still football season. Obviously, these are the 4 teams that gave us probably the 2 best games of the year. So I'm going to let you pick. You want the Saints, or do you want to make your case for the Rams?
I want to make my case for the Rams.
Take off.
So, with that Saints defensive front being a little banged up, and you got 2 big bowling ball and running backs in the backfield for the Rams.
One is the offensive lineman.
And one is offensive lineman for real. That dude's big.
CJ Anderson got some weight, boy.
He got a little speed on me, but and I just see, you know, the Saints just shoving that ball down their throat. I don't see Jared Goff throwing the ball a lot this game. The way they running game came out against the Cowboys defense and just lit them up for, you know, what was it, like 236 yards or something like that?
Yeah, 238, I believe, something like that. Close enough.
238. That's what it was.
3 touchdowns.
And I just don't see the Saints defense stopping that. I really don't see it. So if I'm making my case for these Rams, it's going to be you must run that ball the way you ran against the Cowboys, because I don't believe the Saints defensive line can stop it at all.
Yeah, it's going to be tough,
and that
would
be my case for it.
It's going to be tough. Down 2 defensive linemen, and that Sheldon Rankins injury is, man, that's a big one. That's a big one. Yeah, that's their run stuffer. And without him, and I knew it wasn't good. You know, we came on here and said it on Monday. Anytime they bring the card out for you, it's probably not. That's not going to be a good sign, especially for a 300-pound guy. But if I'm making my case for the New Orleans Saints, my case is we're 6-0 in this dome. You know, we don't lose here in the Sean Payton, Drew Brees era. We don't lose in this dome in the playoffs. We got Drew Brees, who probably could have been the NFL MVP if he kept on that same pace. The Saints' offense has kind of dwindled, but we know what Drew Brees can do. We've seen what Michael Thomas can do. 12 catches, 171 yards, and a touchdown. Cannot be guarded.
And the Rams cornerbacks aren't the greatest.
No. There's some high-profile guys, but haven't played up to their ability. That's another thing that I'm telling them. I'm telling Michael Thomas, last time we played these guys, you ate Marcus Peters for lunch. We had him cussing out Sean Payton, talking about he wants some gumbo. So, hey, if it's me, we going right at Peters. Now, if they're smart, they'll play to lead on Mike Thomas because he's a little bit more physical. So,
yeah.
But I'm telling Michael Thomas, we ate this guy for lunch last time we played him, and we're going to see just how much game shape Talib is in because he really hasn't played that much football this year. He's going to have to cover.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You got to make those guys cover. Even in that Cowboys game, they took Talib out, a couple plays just because he was looking gassed.
Yeah.
And they took him out. I was like, hey, man, come over here.
Yeah.
Get you a win or two.
That pass interference in the end zone, that was just because of laziness. I think he was just tired. Yep. I mean, he didn't even have to do that. I don't think Amari Cooper would have caught that ball anyway.
He wouldn't have caught that ball.
Yeah, you didn't even have to do that.
Exactly.
But that's what happens when you play tired. My coach used to always say, it's how you play when you're tired, because when you're tired, it's easy to make mistakes. It's easy to just give up. That's when you lose technique. Who's going to keep that when you're tired? And I think another thing, the Saints defensive backs will be the reason why they win this game or lose this game. Marshall Lattimore, P.J. Williams, Eli Apple, they have to play big, and they have to play big because I think, to your point, they're going to come out and run the ball. Why would you do anything different? You're going to come out and run the ball. You're going to pound the ball with C.J. Anderson, and when you get tired of him, you're going to see number 30 back there, and these DBs going to need to be able to come up and make plays. And when that doesn't work, we know what Sean McVay likes to do. Dial up, play action pass. They have to be firm, guarding Reynolds and Woods and Cooks and these guys. So I think go ahead.
And Cameron Jordan, he's gonna have to get off. He's gonna have to go off with that, them being short staffed on that defensive line. So I expect to see him screaming off that edge every play.
And Davis, the linebacker, they're gonna have he's gonna have to play downhill. And he's going to have to be smart because he's going to have to wait for that play action pass. And I think Alvin Kamara will have to have a good game. I think they can live without Mark Ingram having a good game. But I think since Alvin Kamara do so much stuff in that offense, catch passes, run the ball, he does everything. I think he has to have a good game in order for the New Orleans Saints to be 7-0, playing for their second Super Bowl, Drew Brees and Sean Payton, that is. Moving on to the AFC championship game, another game that was phenomenal. First game was played in Foxborough, last second field goal, last second drive by Brady. I think he had 181 yards in that fourth quarter. Who you want, Patriots or do you want the Chiefs?
I'm gonna make a case for the Chiefs.
Shoot,
just because I want to make the case for the Chiefs because I've always made a case for the Patriots, And we know what they bring to the table.
Yep.
They bring Belichick and they bring Brady. That's all you need to know.
That's it.
Right? So, but the Kansas City Chiefs, no one's been able to stop their offense from scoring. No one's been able to stop them from scoring. And that, to me, is the key to this game. Just outscore the Patriots. Outscore them. Because, quite frankly, the Patriots defense isn't really that great. The Kansas City Chiefs defense isn't really that great. They have flashes of greatness last week when they played against the Colts. But if you look at an overall just of, the Kansas City Chiefs defense, they are not that great. And for them, they must not rely on their defense to win this game because Tom Brady will shred them in half if they rely on defense to win this game. So Patrick Mahomes, boy, hey, I need you to go out there and throw at least 5-6 touchdowns. Y'all got to get everyone involved. They would have to get, Sammy Watkins, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, the running back, the newly acquired running back, Williamson. I think, Williamson.
They it's like 5 Williams on that team. They all play running back.
Yeah, it's crazy. So they're gonna need to get those guys involved, man, like early. And, get everyone off to a great start because, like I said, playing against Tom Brady and Belichick, it's kind of like being in that good dream. You're like, oh, man, we're here. But, hopefully this dream continues to, to go our way because it can turn into a nightmare real quick. It can turn into a nightmare real quick. If you let Brady throw 1 or 2 touchdowns, it can be over with a quickness. And you playing catch-up with the Patriots. That's kind of hard to do. You can't play catch-up with the Patriots. And you can't play catch-up with the Chiefs if you're the Patriots. So, there it is.
My case for the New England Patriots is we're playing in freezing temperatures. I heard it's supposed to be like 2 degrees or 6 degrees freezing temperatures. And stats of Tom Brady playing in freezing temperatures below 15 degrees is 13-2. We're telling Tom Brady, go do what you do. We know what we do in the playoffs, and that's we run the football and we play bend but never break defense. We're going to keep everything in front of us. We know what Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, we know what they bring to the table. We know what they want to do. We're going to play everything in front of us. Pro Football Focus got Stephon Gilmore rated the best corner this year, grade of 90.4, 90.6. We're gonna take Tyreek Hill out of this game. We're gonna play somebody underneath. We're gonna keep somebody over the top because we know what they like to do. They like to put him in the slot so you can't put hands on him. Well, we're gonna put a linebacker there. Yep. And
they run that good old high low.
Exactly.
High low, man.
And even if we don't put Stephon Gilmore there, we're gonna have McCourty over the top. And we'll work like that. Travis Kelce, we're gonna take all that away. Have everything underneath. We're gonna make all the tackles. And on offense, we're going to get a ball to Sony Michel like we've been doing all year long. And when that doesn't work, we got 12 back there who has number 11 that caught almost everything last week. I see some of the same thing happening this week. Can that pass rush by D Ford and Houston show up again against Belichick in the playoffs? I'm not sure. But if that's –
But Kansas City better hope so.
Yeah,
they better hope so
because that's the key.
It's going to be a long day.
That's the key. But if they can get after Tom Brady, it could be a long night for the New England Patriots. We have to protect the quarterback. If you do not protect the quarterback, you're probably going to lose that game. But I don't – this one I think I'm more interested to see than Saints-Rams.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Everyone's been waiting on this rematch of the
old versus new. We've been saying it all year since week 8 when they played. Brady.
We've all been waiting for this. So and I'm just ready to see what Brady's gonna do. If Brady make it back to the Super Bowl, bro, you have no other choice but to crown him the GOAT.
Yeah, I mean we're talking about
the greatest of all time.
About 9 Super Bowls. That's unheard of.
9.
Man. That's basketball numbers. Guys making it to the finals. We're talking about 9 Super Bowls, and if he wins it, we're talking about a 6-3 record. Now, a 5-4 record could really, really put a hint to his career. I don't think it changed anything for me. Tom Brady is probably the greatest quarterback that I've ever seen with my eyes, and what he does year in and year out, it cannot be ignored. So what I'm interested to see is, could Patrick Mahomes, could Andy Reid get over the hump, get to a Super Bowl, and finally win one? It's going to be interesting to see. But I have another question for you. I was looking over some mock drafts here, and I know we talked about it yesterday. Kyler Murray, who we would think Kyler Murray would be going to, but what would be his best fit, Kyler Murray? Like, if you look at it, what system would he thrive in best? Do we think Denver Broncos at 10, could they slide up and go get him, go take him early? Or does he need to be in more like a running system?
I think he needs to be in – he has to be in a hybrid system. Just because – you cannot take away from that man's athleticism by just setting him in the pocket.
Yeah.
That's kind of like us just wanting Cam Newton to be a pocket passer. We know that's not what he's going to do. He's not comfortable with that. And most of the black quarterbacks in the league, they're not comfortable with just sitting in the pocket. They like to get outside. They like to show their athleticism off. And they like to make throws outside the pocket or run the ball. And that's where I believe Kyler Murray is comfortable at, because that's what he's been doing his whole life. That's the way he was taught football. So if you put him in just a pocket system, I don't think he'll thrive in it. But if you let him have some leeway, say, hey, man, run out to roll out and throw it 20, 30 yards downfield, or roll out and see if you can just get the first down. But I believe that's the system that he'll be good in.
Yeah, I think you have to put him in a system that's going to utilize his legs. I mean, this guy had 1,000 yards rushing last season as a quarterback. 1,000 yards. That you have running backs that don't even get 1,000 yards, and we're talking about a quarterback with 1,000 yards rushing and 4,200 yards passing. I'm right there with you. I think he would have to be in a system where they're gonna get him in and out the pocket, because he also is a shorter guy. So we're talking about we have to also create passing lanes for him, and what other better offense for him would be in a system where he can kind of move around and get outside the pocket. So I definitely agree with you on that statement. Jumping to go ahead.
I mean, I think the only quarterback that might really go, in that first, like that early first round is Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah, he's gone. He's a lot. He's a lot for sure.
And he's probably going to go to Jacksonville at that. I don't believe
I like that
the Cardinals would pick him up.
I like that pick though to Jacksonville. If it's Dwayne Haskins, but I would much rather prefer him being in a system with Odell Beckham, because I believe Odell Beckham is the best receiver in football. I've been saying that now for a few years. And you give him a guy like Haskins who can put it on the money. This guy had 5,000 yards passing last year. You know he likes to air it out with Sterling Shepard, Odell Beckham, Ingram, Saquon Barkley, Dwayne Haskins. I like that.
Or do the Giants do what the Colts did? Do they just go out and draft offensive linemen? I mean,
I think you have to go get quarterback. If it's that offensive line played bad last year, but I think even with a good offensive line, Eli Manning is not the answer. You don't have a quarterback on that roster that's good enough, honestly, to win games.
Yeah, that's true.
You still got Daniel Jones out there as well.
If Jacksonville decides to move up and go ahead and take Dwayne Haskins, so you still got Daniel Jones, the Duke quarterback. I think he would do well with the Giants as well.
They had him going in the mock draft I seen by Bleacher Report that I have up right now. They have Daniel Jones going to the Denver Broncos, which I actually like that pick for them. They have Phillip Lindsay. I think you get a quarter. Now, I think they probably should go defense to kind of keep that mantra and sure up, maybe get like a corner. But I don't know if you pick a corner that high at 10. I don't know.
I mean, Byron Murphy, a cornerback out of Washington, man. He's a good man-to-man cornerback, and he can handle the zone too. So, if I was Denver, I would focus on the quarterback position as well, though. But if they were picking a cornerback, Byron Murphy's that guy.
I think the first cornerback going off the board is Greedy Williams, the cornerback out of LSU. It's slated to be the first DB taken, and he's going to Miami. And I think Miami needs a ton of everything. But
Miami did a quarterback too, so
yeah, they do.
They can get Daniel Jones as well.
And you still have Drew Lock out there, the quarterback out of Missouri, who can, maybe you can develop him into something else. But I think just as well like you, I think Dwayne Haskins will be the first quarterback taken off the board. And then I think the next quarterback going, obviously, is going to be Kyler Murray because it's the hype train. Whether that's to Jacksonville, whether that's to Denver, whether that's to Washington. But I think Kyler Murray will be the second quarterback taken in this draft. Jumping over to the NBA.
Or can see a trade. We can see a trade go down between let's say the Cardinals and the Oakland Raiders, sending Josh Allen to Oakland because Oakland really need a quarterback. And from what I've heard, the Oakland's head coach, they really like Josh Allen. So we can see that happen too. So
and maybe Buffalo will take another. Oh, you're talking about Josh Rosen.
Josh Rosen, my bad. Yeah.
Okay,
Josh Rosen. Josh Allen.
Well, Josh Allen too. All these Joshes that came out last year. Josh Rosen to the Raiders. Who knows? I mean, John Gruden. He thinks he's a. Well, I didn't say think he's a quarterback guru. Obviously, he did the Gruden QB camp every year on ESPN. And I think he actually did Rosen. If I'm not mistaken, Rosen was on that Gruden QB camp. So maybe he think that he had some type of relationship with him. But that'd be interesting. I don't know if Arizona personnel group will want to get rid of Rosen just yet. That'd be interesting to see. Unless they going all in on Cliff Kingsbury and saying, hey, you get to do whatever you want, pick the quarterback you want, then yeah, I can easily see Kyler Murray going one, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
And you know, Gruden is one for the trades. He is one for the trades. He will trade his soul to get what he wants, you know.
And he has four. If I'm not mistaken, he has 4 first-round picks or 3 first-round picks. Yeah, he picks at 4, and then he picks at 24, and then 27.
27, yup.
So I mean, who knows what he could be doing? And they got him slated, obviously, to take at 24 the cornerback out of Georgia, Baker, and then turning around at 27 and taking Josh Jacobs from Alabama. And I think that's an excellent pick, if you ask me, to get a guy like Josh Jacobs late in the first round. And I think they need a running back. Marshawn Lynch is probably not going to be back. Doug Martin is not there. And at number 4, they was talking about taking Ed Oliver, which is a slam dunk because you just lost Khalil Mack. You need an edge rusher, and Ed Oliver he's maybe not where Khalil Mack is at now, but I think he can develop into something special if you watch the Houston games this year.
You're talking about a guy who had 53 tackles for loss in his last 3 seasons, so I do believe Ed Oliver will be a difference maker on the defensive side of the ball.
Oakland is right now a contender, man.
Yeah, with these draft picks, oh yeah, definitely for sure.
Yeah, we're talking about Ed Oliver, DeAndre Baker. If he pans out to be somewhat of what he is in Georgia right now, and then you shore that up and you can run the football, so we can play tough defense and we can run the football. Is that not what a lot of teams are doing?
Yeah, that's what everyone's doing. That's what everyone's going to right now. And for them to be successful, I believe Oakland and Coach Gruden, they must, and I say this, they must earn, some rapport with their players, because right now I don't think there's a lot of trust in that Oakland locker room. I think everyone's wondering, am I willing to trade it, or am I done here?
Everybody on edge.
So, yeah, everybody's on edge. So you never know what to expect from Coach Gruden, because, he got rid of the Mac man. He got rid of Amari Cooper. Like, who's next, man?
Yeah, that's true.
So he has to build a rapport if they want to really get to that level. And I don't think he has done that yet in Oakland. Especially, they got a lot of big movements coming up in Oakland, by the way. They're moving stadiums. They're not going to play in Oakland next year because the lease expired.
And the owner sued him. He said, if y'all sue me, we're not playing here next year. And they sued him.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of drama surrounding that organization. So, and they're not sure where they're going to play it next year. So we don't know where the Raiders are playing next year. So there it is.
And that'll be interesting to see. Jump into the NBA, man. Our boy and your baby Lakers. Because I just like LeBron. I can't the Lakers. I can't do their fan. I see you going at it with them all the time on Facebook. Just shut up and let us do our thing. But LeBron is supposed to be out another 2 games. Now they say he could come back to face the Warriors, but they say he's probably going to be out 2 more games. Can they hold on? Can they hold on?
I tell you what, last night performance, I still wasn't happy. I wasn't happy because it's the Bulls. I get it. They're all professional athletes. Everyone made it to the NBA, so they must be good to a certain level. But I don't care. I want to see my team blow the Bulls out, not beat them by 7 points. When it came down to that last stretch of that game, it got scary for a minute, bro. I was in my seat, biting my fingernails. I was like, we better not blow this lead. We better not blow this. And we were about to. And I saw it. I was like, this game need to hurry up and get over. I was looking at the clock. I was like, 48 seconds. 48 seconds. Hang on, guys. And, Lonzo came out and played last night, though. I was surprised. I was like, my boy Lonzo came out and played. My boy dropped 19 points, had 8 rebounds, 6 assists. I was like, oh, there you go, Lonzo. And Lonzo, And then Kuz, Kuz do what Kuz do. Kuz go get his buckets. And Ingram, on the other hand, man, I'm still disappointed in this guy. I'm just disappointed. I mean, he had 16 points, but when I see Brandon Ingram driving. I already know it's gonna be some bull. I'm like, this gonna be some bull. you too long not to be dunking the ball when you drive. You try to finesse it. You dunk that thing. You see what Giannis do?
Giannis go get it.
They have a similar wingspan, and like he might not have the mass Giannis has, but when you drive into that lane, because all it takes you is 2 steps as well, you hammer that thing down. Don't go in there soft, man. They're going in there soft. I'm like, don't be soft. Don't that thing. And that's what LeBron need to tell him. Coach Walt need to tell him. Don't be going in that paint soft. Going in there soft will get your feelings hurt.
So do you think LeBron is going to be back by Monday to play the Warriors? Now, that's a big game.
LeBron ain't coming back to play no Warriors. Nope.
You don't think so?
Nope.
I wouldn't let my first game be back against the Warriors. We know that's going to be a heavily scrutinized game. I definitely wouldn't want to come back under that circumstance. I want to get my little feet wet. I'll come back to the game after the Warriors. Y'all will see us in the playoffs or something like that. But I wouldn't
don't
risk
come back
coming back. Yeah, I wouldn't risk coming back for that.
And I say it too because like that we beat them the first time, right?
Yep.
LeBron in that game, on Christmas, and LeBron, he did this. He was doing his thing. We had a comfortable lead before he went out, and that I won't say baby Lakers team because Rondo was in there hooping.
Yeah,
Rondo was in there hooping, getting into them boys. And then, I don't see that happening again, bro. I just don't see it happening again. The Warriors,
them boys playing
30 days hot.
Them boys playing
about that game.
Yeah, them boys playing right now, man. I mean, listen, if you haven't been watching the Warriors lately, it's like I don't know, man. And think about when Boogie comes back.
Yep. Oh man, and that's the thing. We haven't even seen him with Boogie, man.
Yeah, haven't even seen this team with Boogie. So imagine when he comes back. hey,
that's all we can hope for.
Honestly, bro, that's the only thing you can hope for. They put up 142 points on the Nuggets last night.
Yeah, that's insane. I'm talking about the Nuggets.
Bro, they had 50. Bro, they had 51 points in a quarter.
That's insane. Like when I tell you, like. These Warriors ain't for play. When you got everyone can shoot a 3 on their team. Everybody. And I'm talking about shooting at a high percentage.
And we're not even considering what Kevin Durant did. Nobody even talking about Kevin Durant. He just went 11 for 15. Some light. 5 for 7 from 3. 27 points. We ain't even talking about Kevin Durant. Man, listen, this team
Durant gotta be. He gotta be some type of player, some type of unselfish player, or maybe he just like to win.
He just want to win. I think that's what it is. He just want to be better than LeBron. Honestly, that's really what it comes down to.
Sit in that. If I'm shooting that way, I'm not finna be third place to no one.
Bro, this man is averaging 28 a game. He's averaging 28 a game. 28-7, 28-7 and 6 for Kevin Durant.
And you got players on the other teams that don't. I'm talking about superstar players on other teams that don't average that.
Come on, man.
And we got 3 people on one team averaging 28. That made no sense.
That's crazy, bro. That's the work. You know what? That's it for today, man. You know what? That's why I hate the Warriors, man. That's why I hate the Warriors.
They make me sick every time,
bro. They made me so mad. But thank you guys for joining the show today. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. Continue to download and support the podcast. You want to take us out here, bro?
Oh, yeah. We really appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Blessed day. Be kind to one another. As always, I'm your co-host, OG Raw, signing off. Go Lakers. LeBron, you the man. We did this. Let's do it.